Welcome to Strategy Battle Gamers, another GBHL YouTube video. Here your host, GBHL Damian, and this is my hobby vlog number 20. It's been a couple of weeks since my last one. I didn't get too much done over a week ago, but I have been working on some bits and bobs, and I've now got some updates to show you. So, first up, I'm just going to show you Thrain. I know you've seen this guy before, but he's now utterly finished. The paint job was finished before, but I've now done his base. So, if you want to see a slightly more detailed look at this guy, then by all means go and check out my hobby vlog number 19. I spent some time on him, but I hadn't quite done the base by the time I'd recorded my last hobby vlog, but that is now done. So yeah, he is done and finished. Hooray! Next up is Saruman, who a lot of you seem to want me to paint up. He won the kind of vote. And Saruman is also now completely finished. You would have seen him sort of halfway through the process in my hobby vlog 19. He's now completely finished, and I'm really chuffed with how this guy turned out. I don't know how well you can see in his face, but it's the first one where the kind of lower eyelids have really worked for me. So he's actually got, it's very hard to make out on here, but he's got a pink, like flesh coloured lower eyelid, and then the eye above that. It just all kind of came together quite nicely. Very happy with all the look of it. Now, on here, on the robes, there's an awful lot of different colours, and basically I think I'd highlighted it once. I've just got the old vlog up here, and this is how he was before, which was a kind of, what's the colour? Rakarth Flesh base coat, then shaded, then Rakarth Flesh highlight. And I kind of thought I'd only have a couple more highlights to go after that, but what I actually did was just add loads and loads of highlights in the end. I kept highlighting up. What I was generally doing was adding pallid witch flesh to Rakarth flesh to make it lighter and lighter, but then I would go back and do more shading in between those layers using a mix of I was using Baneblade Brown, oh god, there's Thrain gone forever, Rakarth flesh, and I think some of the even darker ones. I think I used Steel Legion Drab, and one other, where is it? What do we think I might have used? Maybe that was it. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's possibly Gorthor Brown. I can't remember. I was just really experimenting, but I basically started using these four colours and just then mixing them with Rakarth Flesh, and then blending that back into the shadows and recesses, and then kind of blending back up again. And it worked really well. I think ultimately I'm very happy with it. I think it's got quite a natural kind of tone to it. I'm much happier with this Saruman than my previous one. Bit of static grass on there. Get rid of that. There you go. I think my paint has come on since the last one I did, which was Sharky, which is nice to know. And really chuffed with this guy, which is cool because he's going to be my, he's my general. Saruman leads Isengard armies. And he's an important model, so I was very pleased to get him done. It's also an absolutely gorgeous sculpt, as I'm sure I've talked about it before. This is my favourite Saruman sculpt, so I'm thoroughly chuffed to have him done now. He was actually done for the One Ring painting challenge, so I've entered him into that. If you're not on the onering.net, make sure you get yourself over there. It's a great hobby resource for Lord of the Rings fans. And at the time of recording, the voting thread's not actually up yet, but I'm sure it'll be up in a day or two. So if you do like Saruman and you fancy doing me a favour, by all means, please go over there and vote for him. Although there are some outstanding other entries in there, and I severely doubt I'll win it. I've not won one of their painting competitions. I think I've come third once, but there's normally some really good stuff on display, and this month is no exception. And it's just I like to use them as a good kind of motivator to get things done. So yeah, there is my Saruman utterly finished, and I'm very happy to get him done. So then I had to pick another hero to move on to, and I decided to do Elrond. And I'll show you this in more detail in a minute, but this is the Elrond that I'm working on at the moment. It's obviously the Vanquishers and the Necromancer model. Now you've seen him in you've seen the kind of little slight conversion I did to change his body angle, but my biggest dilemma with him was what colours to do him, and because I had some trouble. What I normally like to do is get some shots from the films and stuff to kind of direct me, and check this out. So this is Hugo Weaving in like promotional. This is a promotional shot for him in his Battle of Five Armies armour. I don't know how well it's coming up on there actually. It's actually looking quite bronze, but I promise you this is gold. If we look down here, this is him on the set, and again, it's not. This isn't working at all. But I promise you, this. Let me see if I turn the light off. It makes a difference. This is gold armour he's in. Might be worth you googling these images like Elrond, Battle of Five Armies. But this is absolutely proving the opposite of my point, because I know this looks bronze on the screen. But I promise you, in these shots right now, he's in gold armour. Very, very bright gold, kind of like Last Alliance elf gold. And then I've got these shots from the actual film. And hopefully there should still be a difference at the very least. But these now look like a bronze armour. So even if they don't look like the colours I'm describing, at least you can hopefully see there's a huge difference. This is exactly the same armour, yeah? He's filmed down here on the set, but then the final film he looks like this due to the colour grading. I was like, okay, so then I want him to look like the film, so I need to do a kind of bronze armour effect. I've also got this one here. And let's go, alright, so I'll do a bronze armour. And what colour is his cloak? Well, as we look over here, his cloak is quite clearly gold, which is going to be, and we can look up here, yeah, he's clearly wearing a kind of gold cloak, which is going to be quite annoying to paint. But suddenly, in the film, he's wearing a cream cloak. So I've got this one over here. Yeah, he's got this cream cloak on suddenly. And it's like, that makes it very, very complicated to try and work out what the hell I'm going to paint him as. And as if that wasn't enough, what was further complicated by it is Weta have recently announced the collectibles, this fairly awesome statue of Elrond. And what's great about this is he's still wearing a gold cloak. So he's wearing the same colour cloak as he did on the set footage, but they've now changed his armour to a kind of bronze armour, or a browny reddy armour. So, in a very confusing move, Weta seem to have changed the colour of his armour to how it appears in the film, but left his cloak the way it appeared while he was on set. So this is all deeply confusing to me, and left me in a bit of a quandary about what colour to paint him. So I kind of had to take a bit of a punt, and I've gone for just let the light get back in. I'm going for a cream cloak and hopefully some kind of orangey bronzy kind of armour. And this is what I've been working on over the last couple of days. I know now because the light's changing, he's taken on a bit of a green hue. But so I'm working on this guy at the moment. His chainmail's kind of been painted, and individually I've painted each scale in there individually, so that's coming along quite nicely. The armour's been done in the way my Mirkwood elves were done, but without the final yellow hint. And recently I've been working on his face, which is getting there, certainly. I'm pretty happy with how the eyes came out, but it's not quite working for me. Like, the kind of colours and the details aren't quite falling yet, so he needs a bit more work. And I've painted very quickly the inside of the cloak with one highlight, because I figured I needed to get that big block colour done so that I wasn't painting that block colour in once I'd done the detail on the other bits. Because my theory with cloaks is always that I hold the model kind of like something like this, or a bit like this when I'm painting, so you tend to get your hand on the cloak, so I tend to do the cloaks last. So I've painted the inside of that to kind of do me a bit of a favour, but I still need to do lots of highlighting. And then I haven't touched this. This has just been base coated and shaded, exactly the same way I did for Saruman actually, with the mixture of Agrax Earthshade and Eshin Grey. And I was very, very pleased the way his robes came out, so I decided to go with the cream cloak effect. So ultimately he's going to be a kind of combination of all of these colours when he's finally finished. But I'm quite happy with how he's coming up. It is a lovely model. I'm just going to stand by this because I know a lot of people don't like it. I think the sculpt is brilliant, but it is it's caused me a bit of trouble trying to get the right colour on his armour. And he's got black hair, which always infuriates me, because highlighting up black is tricky. Although Kev Lawrence, Shadow Flame, from Shadow Flame, he's Shadow of course, has passed on a great tip to me over the years that was highlight it up by adding Vomit Brown of all things. You add Vomit Brown to black, so I've got my Vomit Brown out and I've been doing that a bit. And then you get these kind of highlights that highlight black without making it look grey. This is a good little tip from Kev there. Come on, focus. So there we go. Yeah, as I say, the armour's pretty done. I'm working on the kind of boots and the trousers, and just trying to work him up and stuff. So he's coming along. He's not bad, but I'm not blown away with the job I've done on this, unfortunately. I think I've got quite lucky in the last couple of jobs with like Saruman and Thrain being very, very happy with how he was painted, but it's obviously not going to work the same way every time, and this one's not going as smoothly as I would have liked, but he's looking pretty good. He'll do the job, I'm sure, when he's finished. So yeah, that's what I've been working on at the moment, and that is my hobby vlog for now. That's the 2 models I've been finishing. You now get to go in the cabinet of wonder, and I'll be working on Elrond. I've got an incredibly busy few days coming up, so I probably won't have a hobby vlog next week, but I should be back in 2 weeks' time when I would hope Elrond will be finished, and I should have done something else. And I think I'm having a look at the rest of the white ones that are waiting. I reckon I might do my Armoured Mirkwood Captain and Palace Guard banner conversion next, because after spending a lot of time on these big heroes, I think I could bash them out in a couple of days, hopefully. So yeah, look out for that in a fortnight. Until then, hope you've enjoyed this, and let me know what you think of the various models in the comments below. Don't forget to comment, like, share and subscribe. Support Jamie on Patreon. Follow us on Fitter, I wonder what that is, Twitter, and like us on Facebook. Support your Hobbit hobby, and happy strategy battle gaming.